how it's supposed to feel.
Hello and welcome everyone to another test. So I thought I'll throw in Defender and Norton as it was requested, but I threw a mystery third contender that I haven't tested in a while, so you guys will see which one that is shortly. Now with Defender on the left, we are just going to test it via the GUI settings. The next time I test Defender, I'll use the decontrol tool, but for now we're just going to work with the settings we have. Okay, so as you guys know, with the new Defender, it's still the same scan settings: so antivirus protection, real-time shield, cloud delivery protection, automatic sample submission, tamper protection, and controlled folder access is enabled. Then we're going to hop over to firewall. As you guys can see, firewall is enabled. Smart control settings is on. I have two different snapshots of the settings, so this one is on. I have another one on the evaluation mode, so maybe sometime in the future I'll test Defender with evaluation mode, but for now it is on. And then just a FYI, if any of you guys that use Defender do change any of these settings, you cannot go back. You'll have to literally have to reload the machine. So I'm not sure why that is and why Microsoft has made it that way, but it's undoable. If you're on evaluation mode, you can go to on or off, but as you guys can see, I can't go back to evaluation mode, so that's pretty odd. I'm not sure why that is. Core isolation, memory integrity, and vulnerability for driver block list is enabled as well. And that's pretty much that for Defender. On Norton, we're just going to hop over to the settings. We're just quickly going to go through it. Okay, so on the antivirus settings, we have pretty much everything enabled: automatic, high risk only, scans and risk, heuristics. We're going to use aggressive. We most probably would get a lot of false positives, but more false positives are better than false negatives. So we're trying to get the most out of the protection. Anti-rootkit, all of that should also be enabled. Data protector, script control, block, and then updates. Wrong button. Okay, go. So under administrative settings, not really much here, but just for those who are interested to check, you can just slow down the video and see what the settings are. Firewall settings, pretty much left everything here on standard, didn't touch much on the firewall side, so that's pretty much that. Anti-spam, obviously we're not testing. Exploit prevention, so this should help any exploits in any third-party apps. We then have safe cam, we're obviously not using, and then we've got anti-tampering and smart firewall, and that. We're gonna go to advanced, and as you guys can see, boom, pretty much everything is enabled, and we have the extensions enabled in the browser. And the third mystery guest is WebRoot. So it's been a while since I've tested WebRoot. The last time I tested was the business version, so I thought I'll retest the home version. It's been a while. Now this is 23.4. I think the last time I tested was 23.3 or 0.2. I can't actually remember. PC security, so we've got pretty much everything enabled. Quarantine, allowed list, allowed script. So I know WebRoot tends to kill the scripts, or my scripts, so I've made exclusions for the scrippies. Let's go over to privacy protection. That's pretty much that. Utilities, not really going to test. And then if we go to advanced settings, so scheduler, so we don't want any AV scans to interfere with our test, so that's disabled. Scan settings is all of them. Shields are all of them. Firewall, all of them. Warn if any untrusted process is selected. Access control, we're not going to set up access control. Heuristics is set to maximum, and that's about that for WebRoot. Okay, let me get the protection disabled on all three systems so that we can get the malware extracted and then start the test. Okay guys, so I think we're ready to rock and roll. Now I have got everything open, so let's just quickly make sure that AVs are all up to date. There will be no need for WebRoot to do an update, as it is pretty much only cloud based. Okay, as you guys can see, designated the software, blah blah. Okay, so it seems like Norton is also up to date. And then I've got my VPN enabled for all 3 machines in case one of them gets compromised. So we do have our VPNs enabled. Okay, so Defender taking its sweet time. Okay, let's wait for Defender, then we'll start the test. Okay, so it just finished a couple of seconds afterwards. Okay, so let's get the protection going so the drivers can then run. Let's give them enough time for that. Okay, as you guys can see, Defender, everything is enabled. We'll go back to the home screen. Okay, as you guys can see, Defender's green, everything is good. We still have all our modules enabled. Norton is good. Let's scoot over to webroot. Let's give it a couple of seconds. Okay, so webroot is green. All 3 are green, so I think we can start the test. So now for the first test, it is the website test. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So seems like those 4 Windows Defender has been interrupted. Let's go to downloads. Okay, so we've got a couple of files that were interrupted. We only have got this one bitmap file. Okay, so that one was blocked. This one was skipped. These ones were all blocked. So let's just count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 pages. On webroot, seems like we only have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 opened and then 5 for Defender, 3 for webroot. Let's scoot over to Norton. Seems like we've got 1 for Norton, 2 for Norton, 3 for Norton. Okay, so 3 for Norton, 3 for webroot, 5 for Defender. And then, I didn't even show you guys, we're going to do 2,279 samples for all 3 devices. Okay, cool. So nothing downloaded for Norton except the picture. And for webroot, we've got the same. Yeah, so we do have this test 1 that downloaded, and the Mozzie file as well. Okay, I'm gonna launch it, see what happens. And then, okay, cool. Okay, so webroot did not like this one here. I don't see any threads currently running. On the Defender machine, as you guys can see, it is clean, there's no things running. I'm just going to cancel the scan. Don't want it to pick up any of the other malware on the desktop. Okay, so that's open again. I think webroot did close it. It's okay. We'll just do it again. Okay, let's scoot over to Norton. No. Okay, so also just a picture that downloaded, and that's pretty much that. So this is Norton. It is clean, so now we can start the malware test. Okay, just trying to move it to that side. Start with web root. Okay, web root's a little bit slower. Okay, so with web root, I'm just gonna pile them up a bit because every time it creates new windows when you want to clean them, so then eventually you sit with a couple of windows. I'm just gonna rather let it pile up a bit. Okay, part of this file has been blocked. Some features of Windows command processor may not work because we can't confirm the published. Blah blah blah. Okay, so that's malware or PowerShell that's executing there. Same with Norton. I'm going to close that one. Okay, as you guys can see, we have a lot of fileless malware activity here. Okay, here's definitely something running on Norton. Okay. Let's see what's happening with web root. Okay, let's see if anything is happening on Defender. Doesn't seem like it. These will be all the phishing links. I'll bring random stuff. Okay, so it seems like this one is opening up. Yeah, so now it's opening up some macros. Okay, so it seems like we've got this one for web root that's currently running. It is this one that's installing Nextd VPN. So I've got no idea if this is a legitimate VPN or just some fake. Update, exit. Okay, Norton is waiting for me. Okay, so this thing is still running on Norton. I've got no idea what it's doing. It says BitLock. I wonder if this is not trying to apply permissions. I wonder if that's not the same malware or tampering that we saw with F-Secure, where we were unable to do anything on Explorers. I wonder if that's not the malware that caused that type of damage. Okay, so let's scoot over to webroot a bit, see what's happening. Okay, so webroot is, yeah, seems like we only have the one active thread that's still running. Okay guys, I'm not going to bore you. Let me deal with the threads. You guys know by now if there's anything weird or funky that's happening, I'll point it out. But for now, I'm just going to attend to the threads and I'll let you guys know once the test is done. Okay guys, so just be cautious for those who have epilepsy, so just be cautious with this. You guys can see obviously we do have some form of malware. I know there are some of them with different names that do the same functions. I've got absolutely no idea what malware is actually causing this, but I have seen it before. I'm just hitting a bit of a blank on the exact name, so I'll see if I can get it closed, because I don't think it's real active infection. It's just obviously messing around with the test. So I'll see what I can do, but so far it seems like the other AVs are fine, so I just want to point this out, this issue with webroot. Okay guys, so webroot did blue screen on its own, and as you guys can see, it's now not starting anymore. So yeah, that's a fail for webroot, so I'm already now declaring it a fail. It is obviously now not starting, and it did restart on its own. So yeah, that's sad to see. So early in the test, webroot is done and dusted. So I'm just gonna continue focusing on Norton and Defender. So it seems like Defender's already outlast webroot. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. Okay guys, I'm just checking in. Norton gave a bit of weird graphic glitches, and now it restarted on its own. So hopefully it does start up normally. So I'm just pointing out that Norton has restarted on its own. Okay guys, so I'm just reporting that Defender is starting to do exactly what Norton did, is with the weird graphic glitches, and then not long after that it did also reboot. So I'm suspecting Defender might suffer the same issue, as it's doing exactly. Yeah, there we go. So there is Defender. Yeah, okay, cool. So Defender also restarted. I'll continue the test once it's up. Okie dokie guys, so the test is done on Defender. It seems like we only have one thread that's currently running, so that seems to be really good results from Defender, but we'll see if there's any type of IOCs. So the thread that we do have is a PowerShell Trojan. Not a lot of vendors are listed, but it could be that some other vendors might stop it, even though it says undetected. This tends to be a little bit outdated sometimes. So if we look at Process Explorer, so you can see under this exe it does spawn PowerShell. But yeah, that's that. So we're gonna close that. Okay, then we still have this Java that's trying to run now on Norton. As you guys can see, a bit of a jiggle here. So Norton, the test is done for Norton, but yeah, we've got some weird issues with Explorer. There are a couple of zips I was unable to really launch as yet, but it is a bit of a pain to go through all of them. As you guys can see, you need to manually open them, wait for them, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Norton wants to restart. I can't get the task manager open, nor can I get Process Explorer open or anything like that, so we can assume there are malware running in the processes as we speak, so we'll look at that. But yeah, I can't get Explorer open. Let's see, finally there it goes. I opened this like a couple of minutes ago. let's quickly see if we've got any ransomware damage. Okay, so it doesn't seem like we've got ransomware issues with Norton nor with Defender, so that's good. So it seems like our data is intact. Oh wait, let me see if I can do it this way. Let's see if I can open up Process Explorer this way. But yeah, as you guys can see, it is not really responsive. And as you guys can see, it seems like Task Manager has been hidden from the system on Defender. Can't get it here, and when I do launch Task Manager manually, doesn't seem like anything's happening. Okay, so just bear with me guys, I can't really move all of this really. Oh, let me see if I can, yeah, okay, cool, I can move it out of the way. So Task Manager seems to be not working on Defender, so we might have some system changes. Okay, let's see what Norton has running. Okay, while we wait for the hashes, we'll just see if we can spot them manually via process name and things like that. I'm just gonna go through it if I miss something. Okay, here we go. Okay, cool. So you guys can see we do have quite a couple of stuff. Access denied, unknown. I think I did. No, I didn't say submit. Okay, cool. So quite a couple of them are unknown. But yeah, you guys can see we definitely have things running on the system. Most probably if we do close a lot of the error messages, a lot of this malware might then actually clear out of memory. So, but I think even if we do that, we still gonna have a bunch of things running here in memory. So yeah, okay, cool. Not looking too great. So with Norton, I'm gonna restart it via the pop-up. On Defender, I'm just gonna restart it normally, get them updated. Hopefully they all start up, and then start the full scans. Hey guys, I just want to point this out so you guys can see obviously Norton is still scanning. With Defender, I noticed that the scans are running really fast. So I was like, this is impossible for a full scan to be done like in 30 seconds. So then I noticed there was an exclusion made for the whole C drive. So this was obviously due to one of the malware that obviously created this exclusion, to most probably to add to the persistentness and not getting removed and things like that. So this is a common thing with Defender where malware tends to make exclusions so the Defender then does not scan or detect it. So I'm going to remove the C drive exclusion. There were a lot of threads as well, so I'm going to redo a full scan. I'm not sure if this will actually solve the issue, but we only went till about 900 files I think, and then it stopped. So let's see if we go over above that. If we go into the thousands, then I think we should be fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, so now it's scanning a lot more than what it did. So just interesting just to show that there was an exclusion made. So I just wanted to point that out. Okay guys, so the scans are done. So full scan finally finished. Like it didn't take too long, so but it still seems like Defender's not really happy about things. We don't have a green tick, so there might be some other threats it's maybe unable to deal with. Let's go back. Yeah, okay, go. So it wants to take action. I'm gonna give it, yeah, okay, it's not doing much. On Norton, we did quarantine quite a number of issues. Let's see if our startup items have changed in any way. Okay, still seems like we've got startup items, batch file. It's the only one user account. Let's quickly have a look at Defender. Nope, still can't access Task Manager. And yeah, okay, let's quickly get them restarted, get the third-party opinion scanners updated, and then we can finalize the test. Okay guys, so all the tests are done and the scans. So we look at Heatman Pro, not that many results. So we've got this registry key here. Seems like this one's not valid anymore. Couple malware on the desktop, and then one malware that extracted. On Norton, as you guys can see, we still have pop-ups, so it seems like the majority of malware is in the folder. Then we've got a registry key, a couple of registry keys, not that much, or I haven't seen that many times where Hitman Pro actually picks up registry keys. It's just normally malware somewhere else, but first time in a long time I've seen registry keys here. Yeah, so a little bit more results on Norton. And then, oh, I see that Microsoft didn't scan. I did actually do a scan. I'm not sure. Might have closed it. So let's quickly do the scan. Shouldn't take too long. So before we look at Microsoft, let's look at all the other results quickly. On ESET Quick Scan, we found. Okay, so ESET here found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues. Auto start. And then a couple of malware on the desktop. On Norton, we've got one malware still in memory, an auto start, and then in a temporary file, and then malware on the desktop as well. As you guys can see, Norton is still popping up quite a lot. Let's just close this. Okay, so while we wait for that, we'll just look at that one last. On Kaspersky virus removal tool, we've got one in memory here as well. Program updated roaming, we've got a scheduled task here. Couple on the starts and the roaming. So yeah, so we do have quite a couple of issues on Norton. We only have 5 problems. That is also memory, desktop, task, Avira view, Avira C new, and this app data. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Okay, let's just say try to disinfect. I just want to get this message out of the way. Okay, on Malwarebytes, we've got 15 versus 38. App data, registry key. Oh, let's just sort them. So app data, amount desktop, and one registry key. It says your current policy system disable. So I wonder if this is not maybe disabling the task manager. I'm suspecting that's disabling the task manager. On Norton, we've got program data, Avast. I don't think that's a legitimate Avast. App data, malware on the desktop. Our desktop, and then we have one registry key, which seems to be the same as Defender. And yeah, it seems like I also can't open up the task manager anymore. Yep, it's gone, same as Defender. So task manager is not opening, so it seems like this registry key disabled task manager, which obviously aids to the persistentness. You then can't try to end the process and things like that, but luckily Process Explorer is open, then you can end it hopefully from there. Still busy scanning, but we'll look at that result. Let's just minimize that. Okay, let's look at Process Explorer. Okay, so we've got this program that's running here. Seems like it's a valid program. But on the eye it does look weird, but it seems like it might be no problem. Okay, no issues there really. Same with Norton, we've got that same program. Don't see any other weird processes, but we do have this Chrome worker, so it might have used Chrome to site load, but yeah, that's not normal. Okay, let's look at our documents. Okay, so luckily we can still access Explorer. It's not like with the previous test. Okay, documents are good, no post ransomware infection. Pictures are good as well. So task manager, so we can't check if the startup items or any of those have changed. This one is still scanning, but we're already on 25. Defender has 72, so it is scanning. But yeah, let's see what we have. Program data, Avira. Okay, it's a bit on the slow side. App data local temp, and then we've got malware on the desktop. Then we've got quite a bit of registry keys as well. Okay, now we're on 27. It's almost done with the scan, guys. Sorry, I know this test is a little bit backwards today. Hasn't really gone as planned. But yeah, still only on 27 items. Okay, let's wait for the scan and then we'll finalize the test. Okay, test is done, so we are still ending up with 27 detections. Pretty much still the same as I showed you guys. We've got a couple of registry keys, unwanted modifications, so they disable task manager, so that is valid what we've now or the conclusion that we came to. So we've got registry keys, so definitely IOCs on the machine. This is one of the threads I just wanted to quickly check. So an intrusion attempt by this IP was blocked. So there's definitely still malware trying to communicate in and or out of this machine, and Norton is now obviously just putting a lid on it, but the bees are still within the pot. And yeah, so that's the end of the test, guys. You can clearly see Defender is also not happy still. It seems like the samples we had in this test was quite hard to detect. We obviously have a lot of things on the desktop, so we can check that programs are installed. So we do have quite a bit of PUPs or PUAs that are installed, quite a bit more on the Norton machine. So yeah, so let's recap with Defender. Not bad results by Defender, but obviously not a clean slate. We have Task Manager disabled. You can most probably re-enable that by fixing the registry. But yeah, still quite a bit of issues. I wouldn't really trust this machine with any sensitive information on it. Just better on reloading it, but not bad results by Defender considering it is a free antivirus. Norton, which is actually bad on this side. This is a paid AV, and I would say Defender did better than Norton in this test. We still have at least retained our wallpaper. We have less programs that are installed versus Norton. We have less third-party opinion results than on Norton, and Norton is clearly not happy with some detections and things like that. So not great results by Norton, but at least no ransomware infection. So not a complete fail, but not great results from any of the AVs. But I do suspect that the samples we had was really quite difficult to detect and prevent. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the test. So I'm sorry, the test was a little bit confusing and backwards a little bit, and a lot of interruptions, but hey, that's how it goes. This is not a Hollywood production. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other further tests that you guys want us to do. But yeah, I would say that's the end. Hope you guys enjoyed the test. If there are any further requests, let me know. Let me know what you guys thought about the test, if it was informative or not. If these tests are actually helping you in making a decision to choose an antivirus, or if it's just maybe confusing the decision even further. But I hope these tests are helping you guys to get a general idea of how well products fare on a regular basis, and if it's worth going paid or not paid. And yeah, so hope you guys found this informative. Let me know what you guys thought, and I'll catch you guys in the next test, and thanks again for watching.